You're my life.
Happy Friday. Happy Father's Day weekend, everybody. It's your Champs and Chums here. We're so glad that you're with us, whether you're watching us live on Facebook or you're watching a playback of this show. We're so glad that you're with us here. This is, Ashton, this is the 5th year in a row. Happy 5-year anniversary. Father's Day weekend, always lots of special things going on for your co-hosts. We like to start off the Father's Day weekend spending with you. You are fans, so thank you so much for joining us. And Ashton, I now want to bring in the star of the show. Ashton, why don't you share your thoughts, your opening remarks for the fans, and give them a sense of what they're going to be seeing over the next 30, 40 minutes here of the show.
So tonight we are going to take you on a journey through some of the moments me and my dad have had together, and we're going to also show you some stuff, some memorabilia we have here.
That's right. A lot of sports memorabilia. You know what Father-Son FunTalk about sports, life, and friendship. That's Champs and Chums. That's what it's all about here. So we're so glad that you're with us here on this next edition of Facebook Live, and we're going to get going. As Ashton said, we'll give you some pictures and descriptions, and we'll bring it back to the home studio here to share with you some other wonderful memories and moments of this great guy to the right of the screen here to me here. So let's get going with our first photo. And Ashton, this is where it all began. Champs and Chums, Father-Son FunTalk. You look to be a Raptor fan at a real young age. Were you there? And you were 8 years old there? Was it 8?
Yeah, about 8.
Okay, well, tell the fans what they're seeing here.
So I believe this is one of our first episodes. We were filming at the Chinkuzi recording studio. This is when we just first started out, and
October 2019.
Yeah, and we just really took it as a passion project, and we're here now, and it's grown so much. So I'm really thankful for do this podcast with my dad.
Oh, that's amazing. I equally as well too. 5th season of Champs and Chums, Father-Son FunTalk about sports, life, and friendship. And there, everybody, is where it began. And what do you want to say to the folks at the city of Brampton, our community, how supportive they've been of this passion project for you and I?
Oh yeah, the city of Brampton, they've been so supportive throughout the 5 years we've been doing Champs and Chums. And yeah, I can't thank the city enough. And
free space to start off the project, and of course we were really honored to have the mayor of our fine city, Mayor Patrick Brown. He's doing some great things here in the city. All right, good stuff. Well, we'll move on to the next memory, father-son memory, and you know, fans, everybody's looking for a sharp-dressed man. And this guy, Ashton, you must have been probably 6 months old. Do you remember this haircut well?
I don't think I have a full memory of it, but this is my first haircut. I was very small. I probably didn't know what was going on, but I look cute. That's all I can say.
You do look cute. And that was good old melon heads
Yep.
at the city center. And, you know, you're so young there, you couldn't have enjoyed that treat that they give to the kids after the haircut. Then they get that traditional lollipop at the end of the thing. You never had a chance to get into that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll keep moving here on our fun father-son memories on this Facebook Live, this Father's Day weekend. And Ashton, we are big blue and white. Like, honestly, Ashton, if you took a little bit of a pen or a pin to me right now, I'd probably bleed some blue and white here because I'm such a big fan. I know you are too. Tell the fans of this magical moment from the playoffs, I believe, of a couple years ago.
Oh, yes. You're just reminding me about this game. This was one of the best Leaf games I've ever been to. Matthews scores in the third period. Scotiabank Arena erupts. And, yeah, it was such an amazing game. Go down to a Leafs game. The atmosphere is great. It's a really great night for you and your family. And yeah, just an overall great experience.
One of the rare occasions that we, father and son, have been down at the Leafs game, and we picked a great one. Playoff time, different kind of atmosphere. It was electric, and that was a come-from-behind win against Tampa Bay, 2022 playoffs. I don't think I had a voice after that.
Yes. I remember we were driving home, and then he tried to talk.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't. His voice was like cracking.
I was hoarse. Hoarse. Again, big Leaf fans here, your co-host. Okay, we'll keep moving on this great edition of Father-Son Fun Talk. And so, Ashton, there's some history in Scarborough for your co-host here. Born and raised in Scarborough. And I had a chance to take you back, and we took I guess you could say, we took a bite out of Scarborough with this little fun visiting experience. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about this?
So, this, I believe, was on Father's Day of
Father's
2 years
Day
ago.
weekend of a couple years ago, I believe. Yeah.
And we went to, I think, the best burger place in Scarborough, Harry's Burgers. And we tried them, and I thought it was really good.
Right across from the old high school, all my chums from days gone by of the high school vintage would remember this place. Good times, great eats, a legendary place. If you're in Scarborough, check out Harry's, a wonderful burger place. All right, we'll keep moving here on our special edition. Well, you know what? I mentioned a couple slides ago, everybody, that I felt a little bit hoarse. But here's another example of horse, Ashton. Tell us who is this and where this is at.
So, this photo is it's in Brampton.
Chincoosy Park.
Yeah, Chincoosy Park.
Do you remember the name of the horse?
Caramel.
Caramel, sweet Caramel. What was it like? Do you remember going through that? You must have been probably, I don't know, maybe 4 years old?
Yeah, I think about 4.
Right.
But every time I'd go to Chincoosy Park, I'd always try to make that commitment to go ride the horse and always try to get a ride with Caramel.
Caramel, sweet Caramel. We should head on down there at some point this summer, and hopefully Caramel's there, and you can be sort of the horse whisperer, if you will. All right, we'll go to the next memorable photo. Wow.
Yes.
Speaking of memories, now this was during the pandemic, Ashton, and this has got to be, you know, and we're big Blue Jays fans. I wonder if this was 3 summers ago, actually. Now.
Could have been.
Yeah, I did believe it's 3 summers ago, 2021. Kansas City Royals, great experience. You know, behind home plate, we had a ball, and so did you. Why don't you tell the fans about that?
So, we went down to the Blue Jays game. Amazing seats. 2 rows behind home plate. It was some amazing seats. And at the end of the game, you know, because I always usually make a commitment to try to get a baseball.
Always.
Like, if you fans might not, you won't see it, but my dad can tell you, when we get in there, I run all the way down just to try to get a baseball. And
so this experience, almost 3 summers ago now, what was this one here? Who gave you that ball?
So after the game, we were about to leave, and the Kansas City Royals clubhouse attendant he threw me a ball, and yeah, that's how I got it.
Thanks to the Kansas City Royals. You know, fans, we go down to a number of Blue Jays games. Your champs and chums, your co-hosts have a great time. It almost seems, Ashton, I would say of all the Blue Jays games we've gone down to, Danny Jansen would have hit a home run in about 90% of them.
Yeah, that's
So
very
I think
true.
Danny Jansen, if you're out there, if you're watching this show, big ups to your champs and chums, because I think we're a little bit of a great luck charm. So, all right, here we go to the next photo. And so, Ashton, we have a love and passion for sports, a passion for community. And in both of these photos here, the fans know we're big fans of the Raptors 905. We're big fans of our chum who's smack dab in the middle, and then to the right of you on this photo to the right of the screen, and that was in community. Why don't you tell the fans about this longtime chum of ours, and then also that great event in the Brampton community?
So, Stripes, my best friend, whenever I go to the 905...
No, he's my best friend.
I'd say he's both of our
All right,
best
both
friends.
of our best friends. Okay, there we go.
He always comes to see me.
Always.
Yeah, and so this first photo here is at the bowling night
Oh, yes.
event
Yeah.
at Classic Bowl in Mississauga.
Mhm.
And yeah, a great event with food, and you get to meet some of the players. And there we are taking a photo with our chum, Stripes. And the photo
To the right of the
to the
screen.
right
Yeah.
is an event that happened just in our community here in Brampton, near the Challow Fresco. And as you can see here, I reconnected with Stripes in the community. This was the toy drive, and it was for a great cause.
Holiday drive. Yeah, what a
Yeah.
great cause. Now, Ashton, the burning question that myself and the fans have here. This was around the holiday time. Stripes made his way up to our city. Did you help him bring the groceries out to his car? And what car does this man drive?
I don't know this information, but unfortunately, I did not help Stripes.
Oh, you didn't help him with his groceries to the
but I
car,
did
but
help-
we did make a big donation.
Yeah. And yeah, it was going to kids.
Peel's Children's
Yeah,
Aid.
Peel Children's Aid, who couldn't get gifts this last Christmas. And so the Raptors 905 gave many gifts. There was a lot of gifts.
Definitely.
And they sent it to the Peel Children's Aid. And yeah, they gave kids toys for Christmas, and I can tell you they are certainly all happy.
Yeah, that was a great memory from just this last holiday season. And yeah, truth be told, I think Stripes is a bigger fan and chum of yours than mine, because every time we head down to the games, he's always coming up to you, giving you a high five, giving you a big hug. Fans, if you haven't made it down to a Raptors 905 game, you should definitely make a full court press over to the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. Fabulous family entertainment, great value. Okay, you know what? We are going to bring it back now to the home studio, just before we move on to our next photos, because as Ashton mentioned earlier, we've got some memorabilia, some keepsakes throughout this great adventure, the word that you used, Ashton, this father-son experiences, all wrapped up into champs and chums. And you're going to share with the audience the first show and share, I guess. Well, which one are you going to share?
I'm gonna get these out of the way.
All right, he's going to get these out of the way. It's time for some beverages here on this entertainment. We're just missing the popcorn, but go ahead, Ashton.
So, on our Father's Day Facebook Live, it is prime time.
Prime time!
So, here we go with some of my Prime collection. I have a lot.
Okay, let me help you with these here. Maybe you can quickly zoom through these, as it were, and just share with the fans what you got.
So, this was when I was going to get my pants for the BMBI season. and I found this at the
Baseball,
gas
yeah.
station.
Okay,
It's
so
the limited edition rare for Canada.
now this one here packs a punch.
Yeah.
Pun intended. Is it a fruit punch?
It's glowberry.
Okay.
And this flavor is probably the most rarest one because you can barely find this anywhere. It's UFC 300, only at UFC events, but they're now selling it worldwide.
This is the one that packs a punch. This UFC one here for sure. Okay, we'll keep moving because you've got quite a nice selection, and I know some of your chums at school have sort of helped you with uncovering some of these gems.
Shout out to Arian, who is also my best friend, and we talk a lot about Prime. So,
Okay.
I believe after the All-Star Fair, I saw a kid with Austin Matthews Prime, and I was like, "Where did you get it?" And then he said Circle K, so we decided to go to the Circle K in downtown Toronto, and we found the Austin Matthews Prime.
And how ironic that was. We went to the NHL All-Star Fair, which was a great event. Would do it again, and he ran into a hockey one. Let's look at the last two together, Ashton, just in the interest of time.
So this here is the LA Dodgers Prime. It was very good. It tasted like almost vanilla, but I believe it's supposed to be ice pop flavored. And then
I'm not sure I like this one because, I mean, Mr. Shohei Ohtani now plays for the team, and he was supposed to be a Blue Jays fan. A Blue Jay fans.
And this one is one of the newer ones because this is the newest one they started selling at the gas station. This is Strawberry Banana Prime. It kind of tastes like the strawberry banana smoothie at McDonald's.
All right, great stuff. Now you're going to share with the fans maybe just a couple more show and shares before we turn it back to some of the wonderful photos here. What do you got here?
This one.
Oh, wow. High flying. What do you got there?
So this is my team uniform for the 13U BMBI season. And my team is the Cardinals.
Yeah.
In just about a week and a day, we're going to be playing our tournament.
Yeah, big tournament coming up on, at the time of this recording next weekend.
Yeah, and we're playing the Athletics, Cubs, and Rays.
I think you guys can just run the table, Ashton. And yeah, I mean, that's great. What do you want to say to some of your chums who very well might be watching this? Your team, the Brampton Cardinals.
Well,
25, by the way, fans.
Well, all of these guys on our team are great guys. We get along so well, and I mean, we just have great chemistry. And yeah, I think we're building more as a team as the season progresses, but still more to come. The season's not over yet.
All right, good stuff. And I'm just going to segue into that to say, you guys are building something special. We talk a lot of it on Champs and Chums with all of our best of guests and our great conversations about mentorship, teamwork, goals, ambition, perseverance, all these things. And if you get these right ingredients together, you get the right coaching around you, you get those right people who are in it for the right reason, championship things can happen. All of the goals that you set can very well come true if you believe. Now, speaking of championship, everybody, we've got a show and share here that is very, very timely and appropriate because just this month, here in the month of June, Father's Day weekend 2024, it was only just yesterday, I believe, or was it the other day before, but this week, the Raptors had brought the nation of Canada a championship, and we got a little bit a part of that. Ashton, why don't you share this?
Yeah, so here we have the 2019 Raptors ring, and look at this bling.
Look at the bling. Show them. There you showed them the bling there. There you go. Now this is a replica, everybody. But boy, oh boy, does it ever look. Let's show them here. We the North. You can see that there. What did it mean to you to actually watch that come in?
Well, I was following the Raptors when they were on their run, and I watched the last game that they won, and yesterday, June 13th, and then 5 years ago was when they won, not only for Toronto, but just for Canada.
Yeah, it sure was. Well, that's a little bit of show and share. We're going to take it back to the photos, everybody, now. And we're going to share with you the next photo. And we're going to just swim right into it, Ashton. So, Ashton, this is probably one of the earliest photos of you taking to the waters and having a great time. That was Parent and Talked. And are you having fun in there?
Yeah. I mean, I love swimming. And yeah, I looked like I was having a lot of fun. I looked cute.
There again, I don't think I dispute that. Fans, what do you say? Is he looking cute in between that looks like that dolphin, which is a floating device? And we say cute, it's the guy to the left, everybody. The guy to the left of that picture, the cutest, guaranteed. Okay, all right, we're going to move on to our next photo, and this one actually, Ashton, was very recent, and we love being out in community, and this was a great charity community walk that was put on by the MS Society and the good folks at Mandarin Restaurants, and we had a chance to be part of probably one of the largest walks for the MS Walk, and they had many going on right across the country.
So this is when me and my dad went to the Mandarin MS Walk. A great day.
5K.
Yeah, 5K.
That was it was a nice day.
I expected it to be longer.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah, we did. We were moving there. We were near the front of the line.
We did pretty good.
We did really well, all for a great cause. Looking great in pink, I might add as well, too, fans. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great day out there. Great cause for multiple sclerosis and being out with some great people on that day. All right, we're going to move on to this great showcase of photos. And listen, we're big Blue Jays fans, and you can see that we get to the ballpark real early. Ashton, what's the value and the benefit of getting to the ballpark nice and early?
Well, you'll be able to catch batting practice, probably the opposing team. Sometimes it's the Jays. But benefits are getting to, concessions early if you want to buy food or want to buy merchandise. You get there early and there's no one there and you can just buy it and you're done. And then for me, the benefit of getting there early is to try to get a baseball.
I thought you would have started there. But yes, absolutely, fans. Get there nice and early. Your co-hosts do. We take in the sights and sounds, and we see. We've had many great guests on the program. All of them awesome, great impact they make in their world, and we've had just some great guests that were affiliated with the Blue Jays. And just most recently, of course, the stadium voice for your Toronto Blue Jays, Tim Langdon. I was just Roger Lajoie, who's one of the legendary hosts in the Fan 590, the official scorer. Eric Smith has been actually calling some games this summer. Mike Wilner, one of the former broadcasters, doing great work on for the Toronto Star and his podcast Deep Left Field, and on and on and on. Barry Davis, of course, former on-field reporter and host. So many amazing guests that have come through the Blue Jays, and there is us right there early, just before the gates open. All right, we'll move on to the next photo. Big Leaf fan, and Ashton, we're there with our chum Stanley. My only hope is, Ashton, is that when we say chum Stanley, it's going to mean something big. So Ashton, could this be the year in 2025 when our chum Stanley makes his arrival in a bigger way for Leafs Nation?
This photo we took 2 years ago, and it was a promo for the Leafs, and they were playing the playoffs. But I think the Leafs have a great chance in 2025, but now it looks like the Canadian team's not doing that good.
Yeah, they're down 3-0. You're talking about the Edmonton Oilers. Hey, listen, but that's why you play them. And who knows? Things have happened, right, where teams can come back. But we know our team is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and there we are with Stanley. All right, we'll keep moving here. Thanks so much for joining us on this special Father's Day weekend edition of Facebook Live. And Ashton, speaking of chums, this is kind of a new chum. And I couldn't believe how excited you were. I couldn't believe how elated you were when you ran into this new chum. Call him a friend of the show now, maybe. Ashton, let the fans know who this chum is.
So this is the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, Gritty. So we met him at
This guy's a cool cat.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Gritty.
I told him he's the best mascot in the NHL, and I think that's true because he is pretty entertaining. Some YouTube videos of him are so funny.
Oh, showing up at weddings just surprisingly and dancing and
Yeah.
this and that and I mean, but most of these mascots, Ashton, that we've had a chance to meet, they are legendary, but they're mascots of few words. They don't say too much. Did Gritty say anything to you?
Nope.
Okay. All right. We'll keep moving here on this Facebook Live Father-Son edition. And, well, Ashton, it's kind of out of this world, this experience here. This was opening night just this year for your Toronto Blue Jays. And ironically, we kind of had this out-of-world experience, or so we thought, when the eclipse was making its way across many parts of the globe. Ashton, how did this play out for your co-host here?
So we went down to Toronto for the home opener, and we heard days in advance that the total solar eclipse is happening in Canada. But we went down, and I think you said it was the biggest scam.
I didn't use the word scam. It definitely wasn't a scam, but it certainly was a big disappointment.
Yeah, big disappointment.
Because we had the glasses,
we
as you
had
can
the
see,
glasses
we're fans.
and everything.
Yeah, we were well prepared to safely take this in. We walk up the steps of the parking garage at around 3:15 in the afternoon. It's opening day. There's a lot of, even without the total solar eclipse, there would have been a lot of excitement and energy and bedlam that was happening leading up to opening pitch. We go out at 3:15, really didn't experience anything. You can check out the live video, I believe, on our YouTube or our social channels, and you can get a feeling of what happened there. Nonetheless, it was a winning night because while we didn't get a chance to see the total eclipse, the Jays put a total eclipse on the Seattle Mariners, and they were victorious that night. All right, we'll keep moving here on our Facebook Live. And Ashton, speaking of chums, speaking of best of, we have had an exceptional, legendary, primetime lineup of best of guests on our show. But every December, since the fifth season now of Champs and Chums, we have had the greatest December guest of them all stop everything he's been doing for all the good boys and good girls, young of all ages, and he always makes time for our show. Who is that guest with you, and who is that young guy with him?
So in this photo, this is my first time taking a picture with Santa Claus.
Wow. Now, here's the thing, fans. So, Ashton, you would have been not even 1 year old, right? So we're going back to 2012, everybody. Holiday time. So did you whisper in his ear something about coming on the show at that point? Was that possible that you very well was the guy that put the good case for support, the proposal to actually come on the podcast years later?
Unfortunately, I did not.
You can't lay claim to that. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always great for everyone who they always get excited Some families even dress up when they meet Santa and they take their picture with Santa. And yeah, hopefully Santa comes this December.
That would be his, let's see, what his fifth.
Fifth.
That would be his fifth best of guest appearance. Should the jolly old man make time for us later this year, we'll do our best, fans, to get the greatest December guest of them all on the show. And I gotta say again, Ashton, he kind of likes me, but he adores all the stuff that you do. You got him again. You guys are the best of chums, you and Santa Claus.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we'll keep moving here to our next great photo on Facebook Live. Ashton, it has been a magnificent season of basketball. I want you to spend a few minutes here as we're getting into the deep innings of the show, the fourth quarter, I guess more appropriately, to talk about these wonderful people in this wonderful league.
Yeah, so Jump Basketball, amazing league. I mean, they work on so much stuff. They work on drills. Like, they don't only get right into games. They just do drills, and the attention and the that they give to players and helping them improve is amazing. So I recommend, if your child wants to play basketball in any city, because Jump does it all across Ontario. Yeah, just
Great
sign
stuff.
them up for Jump.
Well, shout out to Jump Basketball. They do some great work here in the community, and you seem to really enjoy it, so that's amazing. Okay, we'll move on to our next photo here. And speaking from one sport to the other, you mentioned, we showed the fans in our show and share a bit earlier in this great show, the Cardinals, but your baseball career, Ashton, started off with the team that you adored. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about your debut experience playing for the Brampton Blue Jays?
Yeah, so a bit of nerves going in.
First game there, everybody.
First game playing baseball.
First official game. Yep.
And we lost, but it was still a great game. One to remember. First game ever, and yeah.
Well, you know what? I'd love to see the passion that you have for the game. You want to learn more about it. You want to do better. You're an exceptional pitcher. Your hitting is very good, and it's growing. And the way that you play with the team and the way you guys come together, this is another great example. What a great group of players, great group of parents, made it a wonderful 2023 summer. And now with the Cardinals, boy, it's just, again, just a repeat performance. So that's great. All right, we'll keep moving on our Facebook Live edition. And Ashton, we've had a chance to be with the Raptors 905, and this chum is the guy that heads up and he walks, back and forth across the sidelines of the 905 games. Who is this great chum here?
This is Eric Corey. So we saw him again at the bowling night at Classic Bowl in Mississauga. And he signed my jersey before.
Well, let's show them that jersey here.
Yeah.
We'll just keep sharing all the good stuff. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. Okay, a little bit of technical challenges here, but in great Champs and Chums fashion, we're back. And we're going to bring you some more of these great father-son memories here in this Facebook Live edition. So glad that you're with us. It's Anthony and Ashton, your co-hosts here, and we were just talking about Eric Corey, and you would have seen the jersey just before we had a slight interruption. So let's move on to the next photo. Ashton, this is, we're big Leafs fans, of course, but of course, the memories from the Leafs to be, the future Leafs, is here at this arena. Why don't you tell the fans a bit about that?
Yeah, so during, I believe, Christmas time, or was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was, holiday time. You can see their jackets there.
Yeah. It was, I remember, it was snowing.
After the game.
Yeah, after the game. So we went down to Coca-Cola Coliseum, and we saw the Toronto Marlies play the Syracuse Crunch. Unfortunately, they lost, but an amazing game, great entertainment, and yeah, I had a great time. Because these, as you said, these are the future Leafs.
It's where Mitch Marner started. It's where William Nylander started, right? It's kind of like the Raptors 905 of the AHL there, right? Or the so yeah, great experience. That was the first time I went down to a Marley game as well too. So it was great value as well. All right, we're going to keep moving here on our Facebook Live, and while we talked about it earlier here, everybody, the sharp dressed man. Like Ashton, you're looking sharp tonight as well too, my man. But you look sharp this night. What a memorable night that was in community.
Yeah, so at my school, we had a semi-formal event for the grade 6 to grade 8s. And I had a great time. Food, drinks, and partying. That was happening, and yeah,
With the chaperones there, I should add as well too.
The teachers.
That's right, with the teachers, all good fun. What a great experience too. So looking good, feeling good, and shout out to the local Moors. Shout out to friend of the show Rick, who suited you up, pun intended, with this wonderful thing. So. Great job. You look great. Okay, we'll keep moving here. We just got a few more photos left. So glad that you're with us here on this Facebook Live. And so, Ashton, more basketball memories and such. This is Reggie Perry. This is another guy from the other team, Jordan Bell. But why don't you start off talking about the chum to the left? Because even though he was a foe on the other side, an opponent for the Indiana Mad Ants, he left you with something pretty special.
Yeah, so I believe it was the it was the start of the third quarter.
Just actually before the start of the
before the
start of third quarter, the visiting team comes out. They're doing some shoot arounds, getting ready, and what just flew in front of you at your seat?
So I guess he just threw it to go start shooting, but Jordan Bell threw his Gatorade towel, like pretty much right in front of me, and I was like, "Do I take it? Do I wait?"
Well, we did the right thing. What did your dad say to you? We're going to keep it with us here, and at the end of the game, we're going to get his attention
and
just to let him know that it was here, and just to double check, is it okay? And he said, absolutely. And not only did he do that, he took the time to take a festive pic with you, and he signed your towel, Ashton.
Yeah.
All right, the gentleman to the right.
Reggie Perry. He was an amazing player.
Oh, great player.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not with the 905 anymore.
He's playing in China now, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Chinese Pro League. So 2 chums there, basketball related. We'll keep moving on our show. And so, Ashton, some more fun time. Now, listen, it's a super guy to the right, and a guy that's your namesake to the left. We wanted to put this in here because these were some special people you had a chance to meet. Let's start it off with your namesake on the left.
So this is Ashton Higgins. He played with the 905 and then went to, I believe, the Swarm. And that's when I took the picture with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, the namesake, I still have, his signature is the one right here, just above
right by
the
905. Yeah, right by the heart for sure. And then the super guy to the right, Ashton, that your dad and you were with, that was a couple years ago, I believe.
That was at the Raptors 905 Fan Fest, and we got a nice surprise from the super fan, Navbatia. He came and did a photo op, and we got to take a picture with him.
He is the biggest fan. He's a super nice man, very charitable, and always has time for the good people that love basketball and want to see the growth of basketball continue to prosper for everyone. Okay, we'll keep moving here on our Facebook Live show. Just a few more photos to take you through. Another basketball photo, Ashton, but this one here was very, very entertaining.
Yeah, so this is during Christmas. Uh,
Yep, during
yeah,
the holiday season.
during
Yeah.
holidays. And we went to the Harlem Globetrotters game. Never been to one before, but I've always.
Sorry, I think it was March break, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
keep going with the story.
But I've always watched them on TV, and I've always just wanted to see them in person, and finally I did. An amazing game. It was like those 905 games. It was very close, and then
Yep, and the Generals lost again.
yeah,
High Flying Entertainment, the Harlem Globetrotters, the legendary Harlem Globetrotters. You should go check it out. Okay, we'll keep going to our next memory here. And what a memory this is. Ashton, you must have been watching a Leaf game there, or might it have been a YouTube video from the great folks at the Brampton Beast?
yeah, it might have been. I was young. I guess you could say a Leafs baby. But
those sticks there
sticks
were
are
from the
Brampton
Brampton
Beast.
Beast sticks.
Yep.
And I mean, we were very blessed to have two of the greatest all-time players from the minor pro hockey team, the Brampton Beasts, from the East Coast Hockey League, Jordan Henry and David Valerani, all-time scorer Valerani, leading scorer, Jordan Henry captained the team. What exceptional guys, and so great to give their time. So that was another great photo of a young fan there at the time for the Brampton Beast. All right, we'll keep moving to our next memory, and this one here, Ashton. You know what? There was some real science that was going on at that visit that we made to the Ontario Science Center.
Yeah. So I think I've been before, but
Long time ago, Robert Munch.
very
You
long.
were
time.
10 months old. You didn't remember anything, but you remembered that. What was your most favorite memory there?
Just probably seeing all the different things science has to offer. I mean, science is an amazing subject, and I think everyone should learn science. I'm learning science, and we're learning about circuits and how to make electricity using a volt battery, and you put aluminum on it and it'll light up a light, and that's what me and some of my friends are doing for a project. But yeah, so science is an amazing thing, and we had a great day at the Ontario Science Center.
And I hadn't been there in a long time. It was so great to be back, and so amazed at the many exhibits, says, and my co-host Ashton says, great for people of all ages. All right, we will keep moving to our next photo. And Ashton, this has got to be the most parliamentary of photos that you've taken. This is where the doors of democracy happened. You were probably all of like 6 years old, or 7 years, maybe 6 years old there. You are in the Senate, my friend. How do you feel when you're in there in the House of Commons?
Well, this was in Ottawa, and yeah.
Up in Parliament Hill.
Yeah, up in Parliament Hill, and it was an amazing experience. If I would have gone today, I would have known a lot more about, politics and how Canada is today as a country. But I was about maybe 5.
Maybe 5. Well, I think it's time for a return visit. We'll set up a road trip to head up there and enjoy, as you say, learning more about the wonderful world of democracy and where great things come to life. Okay, let's move on to our next photo. And Ashton, we've had a chance to meet some wonderful people. I'd love to have this gentleman here as a best of guest, but we were street side post a baseball game, and we ran into a famous baseball player. Who was this?
This is Don Mattingly.
Donnie Baseball.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Now, how did that one come to be?
So, we were just leaving a Blue Jays game. I think we were gonna go to the rec room.
Yep.
And we're walking, and we see someone, and well, I don't recognize him, but my dad does, and he said, "Ashton, that's Don Mattingly." And I still don't know who he is because I think at the time that was his first season with the Jays.
It was his first season. But you can't get anything by these wily old baseball veteranized fans. When I saw Donnie Baseball, we said a quick hello. We asked if he would take a snap. In fact, Ashton, you're right. We were heading over to the rec room. You know, Donnie Baseball would be probably good being such a guy that should be in the Hall of Fame. We could have invited him to play some skee ball or something like that. That would have been kind of fun. But there he is, Donnie Baseball with your Champs and Chums. Okay, Ashton, this was earlier this year here in 2024. A very, very surprise experience, and we took full advantage of it on getting onto courtside, if you will.
Yeah, so it was a surprise and a light from the Raptors 905, and we got to go on the Toronto Raptors court at Scotiabank Arena, shoot some hoops, take some photos, and have fun.
But listen, you drained one from just outside the three spot, man. You must have felt like gold.
I know. Swished.
Great father-son experience down at the Scotiabank Arena. That was a lot of fun. Okay, we'll move on to our next photo. And speaking of a lot of fun, speaking of a worldly adventure with that sort of a magical place where great things happen, with a sports theme to it, where was this taken, Ashton?
This was taken at the All-Star Sports Hotel at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And as you can see, we're posing near a huge football helmet.
NFL, yeah, that's not a replica. That's a large size replica.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a great experience. There you see your 2019. We're repping the Raptors, repping the Jays in Florida, like you said. And what a great time that was. And yeah, that was a great resort, especially for two big sports fans here like ourselves. Okay. So speaking of sports fans, a very young sports fan, you told the fans that you were a baby Leafs fan here. Wow. Were you, you weren't kidding, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Wow. You picked that one out. You wouldn't do like a Montreal Canadiens or things like that, eh?
Nope. Just the Leafs.
Good stuff. Well, you can see everybody was a fan at a very young age. All right. So we'll keep moving to our next photo. And Ashton, we've took it upon ourselves to say if we can golf some more this year, I think it'll be good. I believe this was from a couple years ago out at
Rolling Hills.
Rolling Hills. Okay, yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was Rolling Hills or Peel Village. But why don't you tell the fans as they're looking at this great photo of father and son golfing, like what do you like about the sport of golf?
Well, golf, it's a tough sport, but it is very fun once you get to learn it and understand it. And you know, it's great to be able to play golf with my dad, and yeah, we have some great moments.
Great stuff. Okay, well, we're going to move on to just a few more photos. Thanks for joining us here on this Father's Day weekend, Facebook Live. Anthony and Ashton here, and we've had some great sports adventures, sports moments. The pro to the left is an all-time pro in hockey, and the pro to the right is a media pro when it comes to football and soccer. Why don't you tell the fans about our killer kind of moment meeting the captain of the Leafs, former captain of the Leafs?
Can you remind me who that
Doug Gilmour,
Doug Gilmour.
How could you forget? Doug Killer Gilmour. I guess it's my vintage there.
Yeah, it is.
It was
your
more
vintage.
excitement for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so we met Doug Gilmour at the Leafs game. Everyone was lining up. It was a long line.
Yeah, and he had a promotion there. I think he was doing something with the Milk Board of Canada or such. But let's get to the champ and chum to the right here, who we didn't even actually we met him there, and then months later, he actually came on the show.
Yep.
Who is that over there, Ashton?
Matthew Shinetti.
From TSN's Matthew Shinetti, doing an exceptional job here at football. Ashton, that was a Labor Day Classic. which Matthew's there running the sidelines with his fancy Chucks, his Converse.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job, everybody, because Team Canada World Cup getting ready. He's actually over in some of the qualifying matches right now. So there you go, 2 champs and chums there. Dougie Killer Gilmore and Matthew Shinetti. So Ashton, this photo here that we're moving to, I mean, you're kind of getting into the swing of things there.
Yeah. This was in Brampton. I was enjoying the swings as a little guy. And yeah, I mean, I love the outdoors, and I'd rather play outside, play baseball, than play video games or watch a phone. So, it's always great to be outside. And
there you go. Good stuff. Well, let's move to the last few photos here. We'll work through them. Speaking of great guests, speaking of Leafs, we're meeting a legendary, one of the most popular Leafs there, who was a champ and chum, still a champ and chum, a chum from back in the day when I was with the Leafs. Who did we meet? Which Leaf did we meet at the Blue Jay game, Ashton?
Nick Kyprios.
Nick Kyprios. That's a great photo of him. And we were just honored to have him spend some time with us on Champs and Chums. Exceptional person, giving his time, and he certainly had a career that was all about hard work, dedication, perseverance, ambition, and he took that into now an exceptional media career with all the national opportunities that he's gotten as a talent on hockey. So thanks to Kipper for coming up on the show and stopping by as we saw him at the baseball game. All right, we just got a few more photos here before we conclude our Father's Day weekend Facebook Live show. And Ashton, we bring it back to community. We bring it back to the leader of the community. Who did we get a chance to say hello to again? Actually, that would have been a couple years after he had helped us out on a debut of our show.
Yeah, so we ran into Patrick Brown. We were all dressed up. He was all dressed up, and it was at one of my friend's house, actually, Athagen. Shout out to him. And yeah, we got to meet some of the, I guess you could say, MPPs and some of the
counselors.
From
there we met the leader of our fine city, Mayor Patrick Brown, doing some wonderful things. Thanks to him, and he was. What was great about having him as we started our Best of Guest series was that he had just become a father for the first time, only months removed, when he joined us in episode 10. So make sure you play back and listen to that episode 10 interview with Patrick Brown, Mayor Patrick Brown, who's doing some amazing things from the city, influencing province, and nationally as well, too. Okay, we'll go to our next photo. And Ashton, you're just bowling over here, Ashton. Right? We're bowled over here. Where was this at? This was at the Brampton Bowling Center.
Yep, Brampton Bowling Center.
There you go.
I don't know how old I was in this. Might have been 3 or 4. Yeah.
Were you motioning for the 10 10-pin ball? Because you got the 5-pin one there. I think you could have lifted the 10-pin ball.
I mean, I could have, but I stuck with the 5, and yeah, I think I did pretty good.
Great stuff. Well, we'll transition to, I believe, which is one of the final photos of it, and what a great way to conclude the photo renditions of this Facebook Live with a championship shot. Now, Ashton, this shot is of a chum that we know called Stanley, and we've had the privilege and the pleasure to be able to stand next to our chum multiple times. It never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't at all. Yeah, we always go see Stanley when we go down to the Hall of Fame. and we always make sure to say hi. So
Well, and we'll do that. I'm certain we'll do that again real soon. And look out for that as we get ready for our next episode of Father-Son Fun Talk about sports, life, and friendship. We're going to bring it back to the home studio here to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here on this special edition, this 5th year in a row that your co-hosts have brought you a Facebook Live to kick off Father's Day weekend. Ashton, just before I turn it over to you, we'd like to thank our producer extraordinaire, Angela, who's done a magnificent job making us look good, sound good, and bringing this broadcast to you. So thank you, AC, for all the tremendous work that you do, not only for this show, but for both of us. We appreciate you so much. Ashton, it's Father's Day weekend. We're just concluding the show. Maybe you can tell the fans what Father's Day means to you.
well, Father's Day is how we show our gratitude and appreciation and respect to fathers and father figures all around the world who have helped or who have seen their kid. Like, you've seen me grow so much from when I was so small to now. And Father's Day, you just really take a time to remember of what all dads have done for their children and everyone.
That's for sure. That's exceptional words. What a great way to end our Facebook Live show. And it's just my co-host eloquently said, we want to wish all the fathers and father figures out there all the very best for a great Father's Day weekend 2024. We want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to watch us share our beautiful memories, father and son, and above all, for your support and your love of this passion project that we bring. We broadcast once a month, and we bring you fine experiences. And Ashton, I want to tell you what a joy it is on a weekend like this to be able to share those experiences, share that love, and watch you grow and develop. And I'm so glad that you've joined us here tonight.
Yeah, it was an honor to be on.
Honor to be on it was. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And Ashton, as we always say, cheers to champs, cheers to chums, and cheers to an all-star day. Thanks for watching.
Singing tonight, light up the stars, all that you are. Oh, I feel all the faint morning light filled with hope, 'cause you're here in my life.